part 10 is going to be a really quick kind of how to communicate, how to add another instructor to assist with the class or a teaching assistant. These are things that you'll want to do in your classes on a regular basis. To demonstrate this, I'm going to start with where the terms are. So when you look at courses in the course selector, there's not much of an indicator of what term that class is, unless you've pinned that course because that is the course that you are currently teaching and you want to focus on that course. The other way to look at courses is in the My Courses widget, and you'll have your terms listed, your pinned courses, which are the courses that are your higher priority, the ones that you need to pay the most attention to, the masters, which are the template courses, sandboxes, which would be your own personal sandbox for testing out things, seeing how things work. If you want to try creating a piece of content before you put it into a live class, that would be sandboxes. You may also have a term called AU converted courses or AU source courses, something along those lines, and that would be master course content. You might be placed in a master course to build out a grade book or because you're the faculty member in charge of managing that content. Live terms will always be named the same as the term that we're in. So a live term, for example, is summer 2023. So this is the live term with the students in it who are enrolled in that class. If you want to communicate with the students in that class, what you would do is go into that class and you'll see whatever content you have copied over. You will see any content that had been given to you, if that had happened. You'll be in your live course. From there, click on class list, and that will give you the list of students who are enrolled in the course. You'll see any of their profile information, you'll see their student ID number, you'll also see when they last accessed the course. To email just an individual student, just click on the student name. It'll bring up a new window, which will send an email directly to that student. It will have your full course name right there in the subject line, so there's no confusion about where this message is coming from. You could also just select the students. You could select all. You can include yourself. You can unselect yourself. And you can hit email. And again, that'll open up in a new window. It'll automatically BCC the students, which is a blind carbon copy, so they will not see who you're sending this to. They'll just know that they got this email message. And then you can add any attachments. You can add a recording. You can choose content that's already in your class and it'll add it to the message. You can also send a chat or an instant message to the students, which would then show up in their chat, in their, sorry, in their instant message alerts right here. They would see that. So that's how you can view the students and send them messages. If you have a question about if students have been dropped from your class, you will actually see them listed as withdrawals. So this class, none of the students have been withdrawn from the class. But if a student had been withdrawn from this class, it will show under withdrawals. To add a TA or another instructor, go back to the class list and click Add Participants. And you're always going to click Add Existing Users. And you can search for a student or another faculty member either by their first name, their last name, or what is called their org defined ID. The org defined ID in the case of students is their student ID number. As an example, if I wanted to add another faculty member to this course, I could just search by their last name and then add to this course, I can assign them one of three roles within the course. The first is as a faculty member with full rights to that course. I can add them as a teaching assistant, so they will display as a teaching assistant and they'll still have rights to do almost anything in the course. I have to look at the roles and permission assignments to see if there's any limitations on that. The other role that's available is a facilitator. So that would be someone who you just really want to facilitate discussions and feedback on assignments for. So you can choose a little bit of how you want someone to appear within the course, whether you want them to appear as another faculty member or if you want them to appear as a teaching assistant within the course. So if this is a student teaching assistant, you'll want to assign them as a teaching assistant in the course. If this is a faculty member who you're co-teaching this with, they may have come into the course through the integration. They may not have. It depends a little bit on how that was set up. But this is where you would be able to add them, and then they would be able to use the tools within the course to communicate with the students and participate within the course and give feedback and such as needed. That is the kind of basic ways to manage communication within the course and also to add users to assist with various tasks within the course as well. And just selecting the username and selecting the role won't actually complete the task. You do actually have to click enroll selected users, and then it'll show a confirmation of enrollment and hit done, and that will change them in the course. If you click on that user and hit enrollment, you can actually change if you had accidentally put in someone as a faculty member, you can change them to a teaching assistant. You can change them to a facilitator. So you can change that a little bit. You can't unenroll them just because the ability to unenroll a teaching assistant would also mean the ability to unenroll a student, and that would interfere with the integration to the SIS and the student's enrollment. So that ability is turned off. If you do need to remove a teaching assistant, you will need to email my course help at allianceu.edu to remove that teaching assistant or faculty member from your course.